From Colonia High School, this is the GMC Hoops Game of the Week, presented by Civilli Cucina Italiana and law firm of Garces, Scrabbler and LeBrock. Tonight, we have our first purely white division matchup of the season. The first place team in the GMC white division, the Colonia Patriots, and the #1 team, might I add, in the official GMC Hoops rankings. The Patriots come in at 11-1, 8-0 on the season in the white division. They are taking on their foes to your left, the Edison Eagles, coming in at 7-5, 4-3 in the white division. So we're just about set to begin here. Glad you could be with us, whether you already know the result of this game or not. We thank you for joining us here on the GMC Hoops Network, courtesy of RDplex Films. Chad Baker easily wins the tip over Nasir McLean, and it's Tommy Mitch. Swung for Rodriguez, it's Valeriano. Edison only has 8 players dressed for today's game. Not what you want if you're the Eagles playing against a team with the talent of Colonia, and already a steal by Martinez, Franklin Martinez of Edison. To the skilled guard, Emmanuel Davila, averaging double digits. Swung around the perimeter, it's Thomas Johnson, the hero. Motion offense here, but a little bit disrupted by the Patriots. Back up top, it's Martinez, and it's McLean. Swung back around for Davila, who has one of the higher arcing shots you will see. There's a high arcing three off to the left, courtesy of Jaden Woods. It's Chad Baker, the star, the other way. He can pull up from there if he wants, even though he's at 6'7", but he makes the safe play instead for Mitch. Swung. Rodriguez, pump fakes but no dice. Mitch. Baker getting it over work. Rodriguez, wide open three. It's too strong. McLean outlets for Martinez. Edison, similar to last season, got off to a slow start at 1-5, but they've been playing excellent ball and have played up to their preseason ranking where they were expected to do higher. Davila stepped on the sideline on the near side, but his shot is an air ball regardless. And it's Rodriguez the other way. Tries it up and down low. Not a great pass for Sika, but it's going to be a foul on the Eagles nonetheless. Jaden Woods, the guilty party, the first of the game here in the first quarter. Still no score, as you can see on your screen. Thanks, of course, to RDplex Films for making this all possible. Tommy Mitch. Luke Valeriano. Can he work his magic? Tommy Mitch for three. That's off to the left. Martinez, another rebound. Both teams have gone cold here in the early going. Now 2 minutes into this ball game. Can Thomas Johnson get the ball rolling? Not right now, as it's back to Davila. Receives the screen. Pulls up from the elbow. It's short. Rodriguez grabs it for the Pats. Mitch. It's Rodriguez. Will he pull it up again? Instead, it's a nice skip pass. Baker, 15-foot. It's too strong. Chad Baker was really the GMC's best-kept secret coming into this season. He gets a steal here in the front court, stripping Johnson. Valeriano the other way. He lays it in for the game's first points. Long outlet pass. Martinez open for three. It's off to the right. Baker the other way. Baker came off the bench for Colonia in their championship game run. Valeriano, nice Euro step, but misses everything. Ball bounces off of Valeriano's head. Taken by Thomas Johnson the other way. 4-on-2. Johnson's just going to take it himself. And it's going to be out of bounds. It will remain with the Eagles. Last season, the Pats 17-10, 9-3 in the white division. But their magical run in the postseason with their former head coach Brandon Hall, now a graduate assistant coach for the Seton Hall Pirates. Woods is wide open. Sika was content to let him take it. Another player steps on the baseline. This time it's Martinez. He steps on the near sideline, and will go back to Colonia. Who could forget Colonia as the 7th seed last season blew out the 2-seeded Piscataway in the quarterfinals of the GMC tournament, and then did the same thing to the 3rd seed Old Bridge in the semifinals, and then, of course, took the champion St. Joseph Falcons to the wire, losing, of course, on the miracle buzzer beater from Kayshawn Schulters. It's Valeriano for three. It's good. No surprise to see Luke Valeriano on the board. 4:36 to go here. First quarter, easy steal. Chad Baker, look out here. And we're going to get a timeout called by Charlie Moore, the head coach of the Edison Eagles, as the Pats of Colonia have jumped out to a 7-0 lead. Courtesy of baskets like this for Chad Baker off of the fast break. Only a 30-second timeout, which is a good time to remind you of all the great things coming from the restaurant Civili Cucina Italiana in Metuchen, especially on Sundays. Every Sunday is family style. Sunday just $25 per person. The best portions, the best prices at 154 Main Street in Metuchen. CiviliCucina.com, C-U-C-I-N-A. For more details, Civili Cucina Italiana, where every night's a feast. James Corrigan on hand. We have a 1-2-2 press showing here for the Pats, and they already forced the turnover. The pass for Davila was too high for Jaden Woods on the far sideline. The ball will go back to the Pats. And Edison cannot really afford to give Colonia any extra possessions. Already 7-0 Colonia, close to midway through the first quarter. Mitch, wide open for three, doesn't take it. Rodriguez doesn't take that as well. Mitch will drive in instead. This is off. It's Chris Sika. Down low, misses everything. Nice outlet from Pryor, from McLean rather, to Martinez. Martinez still with it, misses with the left hand. And it's Baker the other way. Baker really a freak athlete by all standards, especially here in Middlesex County. Chris Sika faces up. Mitch doesn't take it. Mitch almost stolen away. Rodriguez had to save it to Chad Baker. Pulls up from the elbow and one. Got hit by Thomas Johnson, but Chad Baker knocks down the jumper regardless to give his side a 9-0 lead. I believe that's already 6 points for Chad Baker. We get a substitution for the Pats. Lorenzo Jackson, as you see on your screen, wearing number 5, is into the ball game. Baker completes the old-fashioned 3-point play. 10-0 in the early going. Colonia all over the Eagles of Edison High School. Almost another turnover. Martinez recovers the ball. It's Davila. Johnson, who will stop the scoring drought for this Eagles side. Hands it back to Davila. Back it goes for Johnson. Who can create here? McLean back to Davila. Back for McLean. Splits defenders, floats it up, too strong. Johnson's put back won't go. Might have been hit there by Valeriano, but no whistle. It's Mitch. Nice dish down low. Baker back to Mitch. Baker 3 posts. Mitch double teamed. He's trapped. Can't get it to Baker. It's stolen away by McLean of Edison. Left to right goes Davila. Splits defenders, lays it in, and Edison is finally on the board with 2 minutes and 40 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. 10-2 Pats. Rodriguez, Edison sets up in the 2-3 zone. Not a great pass by Rodriguez, stolen away. It was tipped by McLean into the hands of Davila. Davila double team on the far side. Tries to split it. Might have been fouled there. Rodriguez looked like he had the arm instead of the ball. And he will be the guilty party, and we will get our first look at Jamin Fakaria, who's missed some time this season for Edison. But as shown in previous years, he can score the ball. He replaces Franklin Martinez. Jaden Woods. Davila has to tiptoe down the sideline. He throws it off of a man out of bounds. Jimmy Frage is in the game for Colonia. He wears number 23 on the far side. Averaging a little over 3 points per game for this Pats team. Johnson finds Woods. Not a lot of room on either sideline. Colonia doing a great job of pressuring and trapping when the ball ends up there. McLean to Davila. Vicaria falls down. It's a 15-footer, and it's not going to roll in, but the foul is called. Manuel Davila will go to the line for 2. Cardinals sin of defense, fouling the jump shooter. Frage the guilty party. With 2 minutes on the nose to go here in this first quarter, Davila will try and make this a 6-point game. Colonia has controlled most of this game as free throw is a bit too strong. As I mentioned before, 26 points per game. Colonia has won each of their 8 White Division games by. A remarkable run of dominance. They held the second-place team in the White Division, New Brunswick, the Zebras, to 26 points. 1-2 for Davila. Down low, laying it up and in. Lorenzo Jackson has just ended the game. 12-3, Patriots. Long outlet pass tipped out by the long arms of Chad Baker. Johnson to put it in. McLean just holding his arms up, wondering where the offense is. Lack of movement down low for these Eagles. Davila tries to take the baseline. Nice defense, has to pull up for a jumper, not close. And it's going to be out of bounds off of the Eagles. And fantastic defense from Jimmy Frage. This Colonia Patriots program has been defined through recent years by their defense, their toughness, and their discipline, their ability to play together. And they show it time after time. Showed it with Brandon Hall last season, and Jose Rodriguez has continued that trend. They breathe it well here. And down low, a nice look. And Lorenzo Jackson will go to the line for 2. McLean looks to be the guilty party on the foul. His first, the team's 3rd. Jackson averages 4 points per game for the Patriots. He cannot get on board. He misses it off to the right. 5 times GMC champions are the Colonia Patriots. 12 times White Division champions. Surely on their way to 13 this season. Potentially a top 2 seed in the GMC tournament. 1 of 2 for Jackson. 10-point lead for the Patriots. 1 minute left here in the first quarter. Vicaria is open for the hit on the arm. No call. He sinks it anyway. Jaden Vicaria on the board. 13-6 now in favor of the pass. Frage picked up the dribble, but it winds into the hands of Baker. 39 seconds left. Swan, Valeriano, one of the top performers in the GMC tournament last year. Straight away, 3, it's good. And a foul underneath on the Eagles. Lorenzo Jackson with 4 points now off the 3. And the ball will go back to Colonia. Loose ball foul on the Eagles underneath. Will keep the ball with Colonia. They get the points and they keep the ball. Davila the guilty party on the push. Can this be a more than 3-point possession for Colonia? Baker trying to get it down low, but it's stolen away by Thomas Johnson. 25 seconds left here in the first. Davila weaving his way. That's just a crazy shot. It's short, but Davila, nice hustle there, gets it back. Woods off balance with the left hand. Tatum Woods on the board. Lead back to 8, 7, 6 seconds left. 5, 4 for Vicaria. Pulls up. Deep 3 off to the right. Davila, 3/4 court mark close. And at the end of the first quarter, it is, as we may have feared, this dominant Colonia Patriots team continuing their winning ways. They're up 16-8. Here on the GMC Hoops Game of the Week, which is, of course, presented by the law firm of Garces, Grabler, and LeBrock. Personal injury law, workers' comp, medical malpractice, you name it, they practice it. with 24 lawyers, loads of experience at a firm big enough to win every case and garner respect from the opposition, but small enough to be your local neighborhood firm with branches in easy-to-access places such as New Brunswick. They're all over the place. The law firm of Garces, Grabler, and LeBrock. Big enough to win, but small enough to care. Seven points in the early going for Chad Baker. No surprise there to see him dominate a team. Again, his last game in the GMC Conference, 31 points. He dropped on the Raider Birds of North Brunswick. It's an interesting debate as to who the #1 team in the county should be. Colonia and Old Bridge both only have one total loss on the season. Old Bridge, of course, in the much stronger red division, Colonia out of the white. So logic would say that it would be Old Bridge at #1 and Colonia at #2. However, the makeup of this Colonia team is so impressive that it would almost be an insult to players such as Baker and Valeriano to put them at #2. In reality, it's really a 1A and 1B type of thing, and it would be no surprise if these two teams met in the GMC final at the Rutgers Athletic Center at the end of the season. Vicaria, pump fakes, no dice, now puts up the three, in and out, no good. And we're getting a foul on Tommy Nitch, who looked like he was just boxing out there. Nonetheless, the whistle goes against him. Franklin Martinez back to the ballgame. Here places Woods for Edison. So it's Martinez, Vicaria, McLean, Danila, and Johnson on the floor for the Eagles. Vicaria. Danila. Straight away with just 30 seconds gone by here in the second quarter. McLean was almost stripped by Baker, but gets it back. Danilo looking for the lob to Johnson, and it's going to be a foul on Colonia down low. I believe they're going to get Lorenzo Jackson for holding. And indeed, that is the case. So the fourth foul on Colonia in this first half, the first on Jackson. And we're going to get a foul. I believe it's going the other way, and it is. Martinez deemed to have committed an illegal screen as Tommy Mitch exits the ball game for Colonia. Placed once again by Timothy Rodriguez. Jimmy Frage. Valeriano looking for compatriot Baker down low instead. Rodriguez back after Valeriano. Pump fakes, almost drove it there, but instead swung around. Frage hands it to Jackson. Swung back around for Valeriano. Edison switching on every screen. Valeriano slices through, kicks it out. Jackson pulls up. Top angle shot, but he gets it to go regardless. 18-8. Colonia on top of the Eagles. That should be, no, it's tipped out by Lorenzo Jackson. Probably could have been a foul on Jackson with the hands. 6:39 to go here in the second quarter. Edison will retain the ball. So it's Jackson, Frage, Valeriano, Rodriguez, and Baker on the floor for the Colonia Patriots, who last won the GMC Championship back in 2015, the only team other than St. Joseph in this decade to win the title. Johnson off balance with the right hand, can't get it to go. Baker the other way. Valeriano, full head of steam. Nice find. Rodriguez is short. Fight for it. Baker comes up with it. It's no good. Baker down on the ground. Still loses the ball. Picked up by the Eagles. Martinez the other way. Nice speed. Vicaria is blocked, but a foul is called. Looked like he was hit from behind by Rodriguez. So we will see if Jamin Vicaria, who has 3 points already today, can continue to score the ball. Mentioned he hasn't played too much this season. Be good for the Eagles to get him going a bit. Of course, they're missing their star player, Christian Wantong, their leading scorer, 14.5 per game. Second free throw. 1-2 for Vicaria. Valeriano the other way. 18-9 pass. A little over 2 minutes gone by here. Jackson swung it back around to Frage. Valeriano gets it to Baker. Baker splits two. Puts it back in off his own miss. And Baker once again having a tremendous outing. 11-point lead for Colonia. Johnson, seat parted, but he's stripped away by Jackson. Johnson diving for it, but not in time. Great hands by Jackson to poke it away from Thomas Johnson. We're gonna get two regular starters for Colonia, Tommy Mitch and Chris Sika back in the ball game, replacing Rodriguez and Jackson. Valeriano, Frage, Mitch, Baker, and Sika in this ball game. 5:15 to go here, second quarter. All Colonia so far. Nice cross-court pass, wide open three. Frage off to the right. Out of bounds, off of Vicaria of Edison. Will remain with Colonia. The Patriots last tasted division supremacy back in 2016 when they shared the White Division Championship with Sayreville. Baker, corner three, it's too strong. Vicaria full head of steam. 1-on-3, stripped easily by Valeriano. Baker the other way. Baker glides through and one. 22-9. And we will see another look at that play right here on your screen. Through the magic of replay, Chad Baker sliding through the block called on Johnson. And the free throw good as well for Chad Baker to complete the three-point play. 23-9, Colonia, 4:45 left in just the second quarter. Danila, corner three off the back iron, no good. Woods finds the ball. Vicaria floats it up from the free throw line off the glass. 6 points now for Vicaria. Timeout call by Charlie Moore, the head coach of the Edison Eagles. But his team has its proverbial back up against the wall, 23-11. Colonia on top of the Edison Eagles. A reminder that next week's GMC Game of the Week, we are going to have a good one for you. Next Friday night, February the 1st, Bishop Bar and the Carteret Ramblers live from Edison. The top two teams in the GMC Blue Division. Bishop Bar, one of the hottest teams in the county. They've really started to put it together, a young team and a team that had not played together coming into this season under first-year head coach Bob Turco, but they have started to put it all together. They could be a dangerous team come tournament time. Tough task on their hands against Jaleel Nix and the Carteret Ramblers. That'll be next Friday night, 7 p.m. right here on the GMC Hoops Game of the Week, courtesy of RD Plex Films. The Patriots will begin the proceedings off of the timeout call by Charlie Moore of Edison, a coach in his 16th year, one of the most underrated coaches in all of Middlesex County, but he has his hands full with his stalwart Patriots team. Chris Sika finds great pass down low. Mitch to Baker for the easy deuce. And Baker has filled up the stat sheet today. By my count, he has 13 points already. In this one, Woods is going to fire it up from three, and that's not even close. Jimmy Frage the other way, great find, what ball movement, but Baker couldn't find the handle of the ball off the feed from Mitch. And the original call says Edison ball, that's the call the official on the baseline will stick with. Full court pressure coming here from the bats. Johnson splits it. Now he's trapped. Stolen easily by Baker. Valeriano the other way. Valeriano with the offhand, but he lays it in. 2-2-1 showing here for Colonia. Varsity in the corner. Tries to take the baseline. Nice defense by Sika to take it away. And back go the Patriots. Crossing over Baker. Who can guard Chad Baker? Not sure anybody in Middlesex County can answer in the affirmative. And already another turnover. Valeriano with the steal this time. Split defenders, it's Mitch. Pass near sideline, Danila takes it away. 2-on-1, high off the glass. Danila lays it in to stop the bleeding for the Eagles. But the bleeding has been significant. 29-13, Colonia. Mitch thought about it and thought better of it. Swung around, it's back for Chad Baker. Sika down low with the right hand, gets it back, can't finish again, gets it back again, and one. Jimmy Meehan is in the game right now for Colonia, wearing number 10. But this was certainly a concern for Edison without their leading scorer, Christian Wantong, who is out today. Sika, I think he tried that with his offhand. He shot that with his right hand. I'm fairly certain that he's a lefty. They missed very badly off to the right. Normally, you see him make his free throws. But nonetheless, it's the Eagles the other way. Alex Atkins in the game for the first time for Edison. Martinez. Atkins wearing number 4. Martinez fires a three. It's too strong. Sika with the board. Brage the other way. Brage had some room, but pulled out beyond the arc instead. Screen and roll with Sika. Sika just bullies his way through for the score. A 20-point lead, 33-13. 1 minute 40 seconds to go here in the first half. Akaria floats it up off glass. That's no good. Johnson tried to come down with it. Foul called on Colonia. It was 16-8 after 1. It is now 17-5 here in the second quarter. Colonia has won each of their 8 games. We've mentioned this before, but it's worth repeating. They've won each of their 8 White Division games by an average of over 26 points per game. They're well on their way to that number here. Over a hot Edison Eagles team. The corner, it's Martinez. Tries to take the baseline. He lost the handle of the ball on his own. Baker, a man among boys in this game, takes it away. Nice find for Sika with the right hand. He gets the roll and one. That one is certainly worth another look here. Baker actually lost the handle of the ball, but it's this pass here from Mitch to his compatriot Sika with that circus layup. And the Eagles crowd, this Colonia crowd rather, showing its appreciation for the big man. A dangerous team are these Patriots. With the right hand again, this time off the back iron, but an easy rebound for Chad Baker, standing all of 6'7". Hopefully we'll have more on him in the second half. That is situation, especially when it comes to playing at the college level. Mitch off the screen, it's a three, in and out. Sika though with the rebound, almost taken away from him. Mitch Winds up with the ball back out for Baker. Swung around, that pass was tipped by Dean, but it gets a free. Baker thought about it, but thought better of it. 45 seconds left first half. Mitch lost the ball. He's double teamed. Sika with it. And a timeout call by Colonia. Jose Rodriguez saw things break down a little bit, but he is going to talk this one over with his coaching staff. And I want to mention his coaching staff. We see a lot of times in Catholic schools, St. Joseph in the past has had a litany of assistant coaches, almost as many as there are players on the bench. Jose Rodriguez has put together an all-star staff. His JV coach, Edwin Santana, the former head coach of the Perth Amboy Panthers, he was an excellent head coach of the Panthers, led his team to the GMC semi-final round back in 2015. Always a coach that had his team disciplined and ready to play. Nightmares to play against his Perth Amboys team. And his other assistant coach, Danny Bricks, who St. Joseph fans may recall as a star for them, especially in their 2012 non-public A championship run. The first of 3 consecutive non-public A championships, as they fell in that season to the Plainfield Cardinals in the TOC semifinals. The Cardinals being the former school for head coach Jose Rodriguez for 2 seasons. Coming into this one, the Pats will be content to hold for 1 here. Mitch, ball by Danilo. Rage finds Mia. Baker from 10, he's hit, no call. Ball tipped around. Bakari with the outlet, 13 seconds left. Martinez, 1-on-2, and he's gonna get the whistle and go to line for 2. Martinez is a steady guard at his own right, but it's hard to blame any of these Eagles players for the way they've played today with such a short bench and against such a dominating opponent. Martinez off the back iron. He had 8 points in the previous game for Edison against the Sayreville Bombers, which I mentioned was a blowout victory for the Eagles, 59-38. Martinez. Oh, it wouldn't go. Tough luck for Martinez. 5 seconds left, 4-3 in the first half. Valeriano, nice dish, Frage. And what a fitting way to end the first half. Colonia and Lorenzo Jackson with 8. Valeriano to begin the proceedings for Colonia. It's Valeriano, Mitch, Rodriguez, Baker, and Sika, the starting 5 in for Colonia. Rodriguez, it's Mitch. Nice pass down low. Oh, what a find. Sika, the beneficiary. Danila for Johnson, swung around for Martinez. Woods almost walked there. He did not play at all in the Stevens game. Nice save by Baker to Valeriano. Danila had 5 in the first half. Bakari had 6 as it's Baker now down low. Double team, floats it up with the left hand. It's almost too easy for Chad Baker per usual. Now with 16 points, 41-13. Woods had 2 as well for Edison. I think that was all their scoring. And there's some scoring right there, courtesy of Martinez getting the and 1. Martinez, I believe that is his first 2 points of the game. 6:46 to go here in the third quarter. Martinez cannot complete with 3-point play. 41-15, Colonia. There will always be comparisons for a team as good as Colonia to those in the past. Of course, the team in 2015 led by Chase Barney's J.J. Corbett and others. Really a team that meshed better than any team that I have ever seen in my time following and watching GMC basketball. Last year's team, of course, Colonia coming oh so close to that championship. Falling just short, but they're primed and ready this year. Valeriano with the left hand. One of the most skilled guards in the county. Let's not overlook him for Player of the Year, as we focus so much on Baker and the main man for Oak Ridge, Julius Beltners, are going to get a foul. And 2 free throws coming for the Eagles. Thomas Johnson. Second foul called on Sika. Johnson did not score in that first half. And he has just here. Two for Johnson as he is on the board. 43-17 Colonia. Nice outlet pass. Mitch to Baker to break the pressure. Baker and Mitch playing catch. Baker with the 3, in and out. To see a 6'7" man like Baker shoot the ball the way he does consistently is uncanny, and a cheap foul called on Rodriguez. Danilo just dribbling the ball. Rodriguez getting in front of him. Didn't do much to garner the whistle. Third foul on Rodriguez of Colonia. Danilo to inbound, having trouble. But it is Martinez going to pull up for 3 off to the right. Rodriguez the other way. Valeriano. Surely will be first team all-county this year with Valeriano and Chad Baker. That pass tipped out of bounds by the Eagles. Mitch trying to fire that bullet pass into Baker. Rarely do we see multiple team players on the same team in the first team all-county, aside from St. Joseph. Okay, to push off on Sika here. Another lackluster call by these officials. Sika just trying to create the space, picking up his 3rd foul.
Because he's small? Come on, man.
Officials garnering the scorn of the Colonia faithful, but they have little to worry about here. Martinez, the pass to him, breaks the press. McLean feigning getting hit, no call there. Johnson from the corner for 3. It's good. Johnson now with 5 in the quarter. Still a 23-point lead for the Pats. Baker, Euro step, those long steps, what a find! Sika, beneficiary, and Danila. We've saw Danila in the J.P. Stevens game have a lot of chatter to the J.P. Stevens players and the bench, and getting into it there, Chris with Chad Baker. Baker normally mild-mannered. Maybe some frustration pouring out there for Danila. I cannot speculate what he said, but we do not see Chad Baker react like that often. I believe that a timeout is going to come from all of that ruckus. With 4:35 to go here, 3rd quarter, Colonia has nothing to worry about at the moment, up by 25 points. 45-20, Sika getting that last basket. Would probably be wise for Jose Rodriguez to take Chad Baker out of the game, just to cool him off a little bit. Don't want anything to happen, no disqualifications, ejections, or anything that could put him at risk for any other game. Not saying that would happen to begin with, but better safe than sorry when you're up by 25 points and you're already 8-0. So I believe that cooler heads have prevailed for the moment with 4:35 to go in the third. Colonia is going to come out in a 1-3-1 press. Lob for Danila. Lob back for Johnson. Johnson's got to get it over, almost 10, but Vacaria gets the ball in the front court. His floater rims out. Valeriano the other way. Rodriguez back to Valeriano. Pump fakes but no dice. Weaving his way through. No look pass. Mitch tried to find Sika but found the second row of the stands instead. Subs in for the Pats. Lorenzo Jackson. Jimmy Frege back into the game. Danilo kicks it out. It's Martinez. Johnson just roaming the perimeter of the Eagles just now. Danilo step back. Rainbow three again off the back iron. Johnson chases it down. Throws it off the leg of Baker. Baker with a wry smile coming off of that play, but the ball remains with Edison. Students are in attendance for Colonia. They haven't been too loud so far. Danilo may change that. But nothing to be too loud about as Vacaria is fouled on the head by Valeriano. And Valeriano went for the steal. 15 foul on Colonia already in the second half. None on Edison. I recall a game earlier this year when the Patriots faced off against their rival Woodbridge as Johnson layup in and out off the spin move. It was a nice move by Johnson, but to no avail. Mitch Jackson thought about it, but thought better of a nice feed. Baker, left hand. And you're just not going to stop that. Nobody's going to be able to block that anytime soon. Baker standing at 6'7". Martinez breaks the press. Colonia fans chanting, "You can't guard him." And that would probably be a message for the rest of the county as well. I recall a game early this season, the holiday break, Colonia facing off here against their arch rival, the Woodbridge Barons. That game got chippy in the end as Woods walks, his feet slid right by. That ball game got chippy at the end with 4 technicals coming about in the second half of the game. We expect that more in that kind of a rivalry game, such as Woodbridge and Colonia. It's Mitch. Valeriano, catch and shoot, open for 3. Valeriano wears number 1, and he may be number 1 in terms of guards here in Middlesex County. Johnson to answer. He cannot. It's 50-20 right now. Colonia. Edison picks up their first foul of the second half. 2:31 to go here in the third quarter. This game, of course, brought to you by Seville Cucina Italiana, 154 Main Street in Metuchen, where every night's a feast. And, of course, by the law firm of Garces, Grabler, and LeBlanc. Big enough to win, small enough to care. Colonia feels itself big enough to win not just this white division, not just this ball game, but the GMC Tournament Championship as well, and potentially the North 2 Group 3 Championship. As the off-the-ball foul called against McLean of Edison's third. Slow inbounds play here for Colonia, but they get it in for their star Valeriano. Lobbed in for Baker. Triple team. Jackson may have slid the foot there. And he turns it over. Some of the names on the wall here at Colonia High School. One of them, of course, being Gary Battle as Martinez drives the baseline, and Danila is called for the walk. Didn't quite see that one there. Just spun and dribbled the ball, but regardless, one of the names on the wall here, Gary Battle, starred as a Patriot in the class of 1987. And that last name may be familiar not just to fans of the GMC, but to college basketball fans as well, as his son Tyus has been making waves for the Syracuse Orange this year as a junior. Baker drove the baseline. His forward was too strong. Martinez the other way. Long outlet pass. Johnson pushed from behind by Mitch. And Johnson gets the and one. Mitch cannot complain about that one. Thomas Johnson now with 7 here in the quarter. 50-22, and Tyus Battle, who graduated in 2016 from St. Joseph High School, led his Syracuse Orange last week to a victory over the Duke Blue Devils at the famed Cameron Indoor Stadium. The first time in Duke's history that they had lost a game while scoring more than 90 points. Meehan back in the game for Colonia. He broke the press. Valeriano. Chad Baker. Also of note, former St. Joseph Athletic Director Jerry Smith. I saw him in attendance here today as it's Jackson driving the lane. Catch and shoot. Valeriano again! 30-point lead for the Pats. Valeriano back-to-back from 3 in this quarter. Danila up and under move, misses everything. Valeriano the other way. And it's a 3, it's off the back iron. This place would have exploded had he knocked it down. Valeriano instead slices through the lane. Jackson for 3. At one is good, Lorenzo Jackson. His first points of the quarter. After 8 in that first quarter. 7 seconds left, 6, 5 in this third quarter. Steal from Valeriano. Valeriano double dribbled. I believe that his fans threw him off there because they were doing the old trick where they were chanting 3, 2, 1 with 7 seconds left on the clock. Valeriano picked the ball up to shoot it from 3/4 court, then looked at the clock, realized he had time for the lay-in, put it back down, called for the double dribble. Some of the Colonia students saying sorry to him. 2.7 left. It's knocked out of bounds by the Patriots with 0.5 seconds left. A lot of time went off there as it wasn't touched until it was touched by a fan in the stands. So 0.5 left for Edison here in the third quarter. Just gonna try and get a catch and shoot. Johnson gets it off, no good, too strong. And that will be the end of the third quarter. And to the surprise of no one, once again, it's all Colonia in that frame. 56-22 on top. Couple highlights from the first half here, courtesy of Artiplex Films. You'll see a great dish here. Mitch DeSico for the and one.
Victory for the Patriots! Hey, crowd, here's what we want! Victory for the Patriots! Victory for the Patriots!
And a beautiful feed from Valeriano to Frage.
Victory for the Patriots! Victory for the Patriots!
This was in the early going of the game. Beautiful fast break layup. You can see just how long those arms of Chad Baker get extended. That was an excellent steal by Valeriano. just poking that ball in. And that's how we got to this point. That and a whole lot more of just that. James Cargan on hand for the GMT Hoops game of the week. We've been blessed with a lot of close games this season. On our broadcast, this one is, as you can see, not one of them. But we hope you can still appreciate the brilliance of this Patriots side. As without a doubt, we will see them again in the GMC tournament. And I don't think a soul would be surprised if they were to take home the crown in February at the rack. High arcing shot from Vicaria wouldn't go, still tipped around. Martinez wound up with it. His pass is tipped out of bounds in the front row of the student section. Or Maine with the Eagles. Danila for Martinez. Danila fakes the hurdle, handoff, winds up in the corner. Johnson. Dribble handoff for Vicaria. Vicaria almost walked there. One referee on the baseline was about to call a walk, but instead it's a foul on Colonia. Me and the guilty party. And already this is 7th team foul on Colonia in the second half. 7:25 to go here in the fourth quarter. 1-1 will come for Vicaria. Vicaria free throw in, and now he cannot convert on the front end. Jackson grabbed the ball. It's now to Frage. There's going to be plenty of GMC action on hand if you are a hoops junkie and want to attend some of these games live tomorrow night at 6 p.m. at Spotswood High School, one of the more bitter rivalries in the county. Bishop Bar plays Spotswood. Bishop Bar on top of the Blue Division. Spotswood has struggled. That's a game where records go out the window. Meehan turns it over. It's Danila with it. 2-on-1. Circus layup. It's a charge. Danila trying to do a little bit too much there. Got that knee up into the face of Meehan. Almost looking like one of Kenny Omega's V-trigger wrestling moves. By 33. It's Frage. Turning it over there, the Patriots. Danila going the other way with the right hand. That's just a circus shot, not close. Loose ball foul. Go against Colonia. Ola Arekdabe is in the ball game for Colonia. He wears number 3. Thomas Johnson line for 1-1. He gets the first one to go. Aribdike, I believe was the pronunciation his coaches gave me before. 1 of 2 for Johnson. He's had a decent second half so far with 8 points. Aribdike can't finish. Put back dunk. Lorenzo Jackson. That serves to fire up this crowd, as will this out of bounds call. Thomas Johnson out of bounds on the far sideline. And this crowd, content with watching their team dominate in silence, have now come to life. Frage for Colonia. Meehan for a rib decay. Jordan Durkak in the game now as well for Colonia. He wears number 55, the double nickel. Foul on the Eagles. Two JV players were sure to file off the bench for the Colonia Patriots. Edison doesn't really have that luxury considering they only dressed 8 for today's game. No Christian Wantong for them. Durkak gets the screen. Can the youngster work some magic here, fire up this crowd even more? Out of bounds. We'll go back to Colonia on the far sideline. I did want to mention about Chad Baker, who we assume we will not see for the remainder of this game. Chad Baker is a player that you don't see often even at the college level. I know that I proudly call games and represent the St. Peter's Peacocks. As Jackson driving in, he's going to go to the line for 2. Myself as lead voice for the St. Peter's Peacocks, a school that I'm proud to represent. You don't even see it at that level, a player with the unique skill set that Chad Baker has. Standing at 6'7", able to dribble the ball the way he does, able to shoot the ball the way he does with those long, lengthy arms. The ability to go off that foot and with full extension really put any defender in his pocket as Jackson makes the first free throw. He gets a nice applause from his bench as he exits the game. But Chad Baker is the kind of player that a Division I basketball coach should really take a long look at. I know he may not quite have the meat on his bones that you see oftentimes at the college level, but 4 years of strength and conditioning at a college program, that's why you have strength and conditioning coaches. An off-season workout program as well, so I would very much want to see that happen as Martinez dribbled through 3. Danila with the 3, it's good. 60-27, Pats on top. New player in for Colonia, Dwayne Darios, wearing number 12. As well goes back to Colonia. We're going to see Jaden Woods and Alex Atkins back in the ball game for Edison. Another player in this one for Colonia is Brandon Wasserman, wearing number 13 with the goggles. A big player is he, not many of his size you'd see at the JV level. Jackson went for it all and missed. That would have been a dunk similar to what we saw last season as Vicaria hit hard on the arm for 3, and he's gonna go to the line for 3 as it's Durkak just hacking Vicaria on the arm. Not much thought put into that one. But Lorenzo Jackson went for a dunk that we saw last season. Connor Bevilacqua in this very gymnasium against the Sayreville Bombers threw down the dunk of the year in the GMC. He has gone on to college since. But that would have torn the house down. That would have been an irony and a coincidence if we would have had to have the dunk of the year in this gymnasium on back-to-back years on the GMC Hoops game of the week. Jackson will make way. In his place will be Ruben Reyes, wearing number 14. JV players out there except for the man with the ball, Jimmy Frage. Frage finds Darios. Wasserman back to Frage. This JV player is getting her time in the sun here on the GMC Hoops Game of the Week. We've had a lot of close games this year. This one, of course, not one of them, and we're going to get a touch foul. Edison is a Colonia fan asking if the Colonia player is okay. A bit tongue-in-cheek, that remark. The Edison player, rather, if he's okay. Going to be Frage to the line for 1-and-1, that being the 7th team foul on the Eagles. Off the back iron, that one went. Malachi White into the game for the first time for Edison. He grabbed that rebound. He wears number 11. It's Vicaria. Martinez along to it's short. Frage the other way. Durkak. Nice feed. Wasserman to Frage. Oh, it wouldn't go. Atkins grabbed the board. Edison's 6-game winning streak will be snapped here tonight. It's a blocking foul call on the Pats. Edison's 6-game winning streak will be snapped here tonight, but so long as they have Christian Wantong in the future, their outlook should not be too bad the rest of the way here in the white division. As for Colonia, of course, the sky is the limit. As White to the line for 2 shots in the double bonus. The 5th player in the game is Joseph J.T. Kroner. He's the 5th JV player in for the Pats. He wears number 20. 1 of 2 for White. Colonia's JV team picked up a nice victory in the early part of the day. Reyes. They're out wing for Darius. Back for Durkak. Back for Reyes. Swung for Durkak. He's JV playing against some regular varsity players for the Eagles. Reyes will going to take the lane. And driving the lane, JT Kroner down low. And it's Brandon Wasserman with the lay-in. So even Senator Lecherno and Patriots getting their licks in as Wasserman steals the ball. The GMC Championship picture right now looks to be as deep as it has been in any time in recent years, quite frankly. We had a deep field last year off the steal from Vicaria. Durkak with the steal almost pulled it back in to his own team, but Vicaria were able to pick it up. Now the foul committed by Kroner. It's a fairly deep field for the championship picture this season as compared to previous years. Of course, when St. Joseph dominated, there was really only one contender. Last season, we had a couple in Piscataway, Old Bridge, and even the Bishop Art Trojans. And at the end of the year, the Colonia Patriots getting all the way to the final. But this year, really any of the top several teams can win it all. Of course, our top 2 teams, the Colonia Patriots and the Old Bridge Knights, the top 2 in the white and red divisions, respectively. But then you have the Bishop Art Trojans, who have really started to play well at the right time, a team that's just coming together for head coach Bob Turco. The 3 is off the back iron, no good for Kroner. Durkak off the offensive board, that's too strong. Tipped out again by the Pats. Durkak thought about it, but thought better of it. Not a great pass between the legs of Wasserman. But Wasserman collects the ball and forces the jump. And these youngsters for Colonia will retain. So watch out for the Bishop Art Trojans. Let's not forget about the Piscataway Chiefs as well. Took Aldridge to overtime earlier this year. They play a rematch with the Knights in Piscataway this Thursday. 5-second call on the Patriots there. They turn it over. Oberton and Piscataway meet on Thursday. That's a game that Piscataway probably has had marked on its calendar ever since that Week 2 loss that we had here on the RD Plex Films YouTube channel, GMC Hoops Game of the Week. The Piscataway Chiefs, of course, in this as well. The St. Joseph Falcons, a team you can never, ever count out. They certainly have the talent to make a run this year despite their porous play at times. Martinez in the corner. Martinez hacked on the arm from the backside by Durkak, extending this game. We only have a minute left here in the fourth quarter. Apologize for not updating the scoreboard, but another wild card. The J.P. Stevens Hawks started the season 7-0 and holds wins over the Bishop Art Trojans and the St. Joseph Falcons. Both of them came at home, beating Joe's in overtime at home. Started 7-0 on the year, but they have fallen off of a cliff. 8-6 are the Hawks coming into a game tonight against the East Brunswick Bears that they really have to win if they are to remain in contention. Reyes drives the lane. He cannot get the roll. And it goes to Vicaria. If Stevens can put it together at any point the rest of the year, they can still be a factor in the championship picture, but it seems to be in their heads at the moment. Of course, this Edison Eagles team knocked off the Hawks last week in the City of Light Classic to win the City of Light trophy. But we cannot count out J.P. Stevens just yet. They just need to find themselves in a way. 15 seconds left in the game. Colonia will surely exceed their 26-point margin of victory average in the white division and move to 9-0 on the year in division play. And surely, as the time expires, surely Colonia is well on their way to their 13th division championship in school history. They win this ball game 62-33 over the Eagles of Edison High School. Edison drops to 7-6. Colonia launches up to 12-1 on the season. The #1 team in the official GMC Hoops rankings has another notch on its belt.